What is good, Dolphin fans? It is finally game week. Dolphins and Patriots is finally here. So, obviously, that means today's episode is going to be our first game preview of the 2020 season. So, here's how I'm going to do it this year. Because this is a Dolphins related channel, obviously, I'm going to go over basically how we can win this game. What I'm going to do is I go over our biggest strength and then our biggest weakness, the Patriots' biggest strength and their biggest weakness, and then obviously that'll change on whoever we're playing, but it just, since we're playing the Patriots, it'll be theirs. Then I'll go over what our strategy to win should be, and then also what to be careful of. In other words, kind of what their strategy will probably be in order to beat us. So I'm not going to predict who actually wins. I'm just going to go over kind of the overall things you need to know about each team, and then go into how we can win this game and then what to be careful of. So let's get right into it here. The biggest strength of the Dolphins, I think, are the corners. Byron Jones and Xavier Howard should be a very solid cornerback duo this year, but also don't forget that we have Noah Igbenogany now to potentially play nickel corner, and then maybe even Nick Needham as well. So we're really deep in the corner position. Our biggest weakness, though, I feel like is the O-line. Now, apparently they actually played pretty well in training camp, but that's also against a kind of rather weak pass rush that we have. So, you know, don't look too much into that. As of right now, I think it's still a weakness. And the Patriots, I think, do still have some pretty decent pass rushers. But biggest strength for the Patriots, it's also their whole secondary in general. Now, the Patriots have a lot of players that opted out, so their roster is not quite as good as it once was. But also, you know, don't forget that they still have Stephon Gilmore in there as well, who got Defensive Player of the Year. Now, I know Devontae Parker completely, you know, destroyed that matchup last year, but still, you know, maybe it was just a bad week for Gilmore, so don't count him out. And then biggest weakness for the Patriots, I feel like, are the receivers. Julian Edelman's a very good slot receiver, but that's the problem. He's a slot receiver, not a number one receiver. I'm sorry, he's just not. So, you know, one of our corners can defend him, but then who do you really have after that? So Cam Newton, despite playing for the Patriots, does kind of have a challenge in front of him as far as receivers go, which kind of brings me to our strategy to win. And I think the best way to do this is we should use our corners against their receivers to our advantage. This is actually a pretty bad matchup for the Patriots if you really think about this, because they might have some good corners, but we also have good receivers in Devontae Parker and Preston Williams. And then also don't forget about Jakeem Grant, Isaiah Ford, and even Mike Gesicki at tight end. The Patriots pretty much only have Julian Edelman, and again, he's just a slot receiver. So this is actually a pretty bad matchup for the Patriots, and it's also no Tom Brady. And the other thing with Cam Newton is that he hasn't really been healthy in a long time, so who's to say he's actually going to throw an accurate football? But the thing to be careful of is Cam Newton running against a weak pass rush, because remember, Cam is still a very mobile quarterback, and to be honest, we don't really have the pass rush to contain him. And I think in general, the Patriots are probably going to try to run the ball on us a lot, as that is a bigger weakness in our defense. So overall, if we can play well against the pass and then overall try to find a way to contain Cam Newton, we should be able to win this game defensively. Offensively, I think we have enough firepower in our receivers to win this game, but overall, I'm looking more at the defense on this one. Again, as long as our corners can play well against their pretty weak set of receivers, we should be able to win this game. But it is the Patriots and Bill Belichick, so they can't be counted out. And who knows, maybe Cam Newton actually is back to his healthy form, because when he's healthy, he's really good. But that's going to do it for the Week 1 preview. Let me know what you guys think, and on Monday, I will catch you for the game recap. So be ready for that. I'll catch you guys for the next video. Fins up, and yeah, fins up. Thank you for watching.